Ramis, which is, I have to tell you, the right answer!
For many people, one of their dreams is to become rich, maybe even a millionaire. But when you do become a millionaire, the question becomes, what do you spend your millions on? Well, believe it or not, the answer to that question varies massively around the world. Here is what $1 million buys you around the world. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now, let's get into it. Dubai. So coming up first, we have Dubai. Now, when one thinks of money, one has to think of Dubai. Sure, not everyone in Dubai is rich, and there's actually quite a lot of poor people there. But the ones that are rich are seriously rich. They make every other country's billionaires look very poor. So what's some of the stuff you can get for $1 million in Dubai? Well, first off, we have a cop car. Now you may be asking, why does a cop car cost $1 million? Well, unlike in the USA, these cops in Dubai are not traveling around in Toyotas and Fords. Instead, they're traveling around in Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Bugattis. Now you may be wondering why the cops need a Lamborghini, but think about it, it's pretty smart. To catch all those people in supercars, you're going to need some supercars yourself. That's exactly what the Dubai police thought, and that's why they have $1 million police cars. Another thing you can get in Dubai for $1 million is 42 days at the hotel everyone knows. Burj Al Arab Hotel is one of the best hotels in the world. It was built in 1999 at a cost of $650 million. It's been called the epitome of luxury, but it's going to set you back $24,000 every single night. So guys, if you have $1 million to blow, you can spend 42 nights at this hotel. And finally, another thing you can buy in Dubai for $1 million is tires. After those $1 million cars, you're going to need some $1 million tires to match. These tires are called Z-Tire, and they're the most expensive in the world. They're made of gold and diamonds and look absolutely amazing, and they're also said to almost never go flat. Russia. Now let's head down to Russia. What can you get in Russia for $1 million? Well, first off, you can get a watch, but not just any watch. A watch owned by Russia's Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. Putin owns a $1 million wristwatch. It's the Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar. This is a crazy expensive watch, and no one knows how Putin was able to buy this. United States of America. Next up is the USA. So some of you guys are probably watching within the USA. So what can you get in the USA for $1 million? Well, one thing you can buy if you're into real estate is a New York City apartment. Everyone knows New York City is one of the most expensive places to live in the USA, and these apartments are proof of that. There's a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment that sets you back $1 million. You can get amazing views of downtown Manhattan, the Hudson River, and even the Statue of Liberty, and you get floor-to-ceiling windows to show off that amazing view to guests. However, it will cost you a whopping $1 million just for an apartment. In some areas of the US, you can get a massive mansion for that price. Well, you won't find something like that for $1 million in New York City, but let's say you're super rich and can't be bothered to do things for yourself. And finally, one thing you can buy in the USA for $1 million is a Bugatti Veyron. Who would want to rival the Dubai cops and ride around in this amazing supercar? Well, the Bugatti Veyron is the world's fastest car you can buy and drive on the road. It's also one of the most expensive and will set you back $1 million. India. India is seen around the world as a pretty poor country, but really, it's just uneven. There are many poor people, but there are also super rich people in India too. So what do millionaires in India spend their cash on? Well, one thing you can buy in India for $1 million is an iPhone 5 Black Diamond. You may not have heard of this, and that's because it's a custom-made iPhone 5. It's got gold and diamonds plated onto it and costs around 72 million rupees, which is equivalent to $1 million. But let's look at a real example of an Indian millionaire splashing his cash. Dada Fuge is an Indian businessman and millionaire. He's made headlines a few years back when he ordered a shirt for him to be made purely out of gold. He got the nickname the Gold Man and wears his gold shirt with pride. However, it's said to have cost him up to $1 million. It's not exactly what people would spend $1 million on, but whatever floats your boat, I guess. Scotland. Now let's head over to Scotland. What can you get for $1 million in Scotland? Well, Scotland is known for its rich history, and what could be richer and more historical than buying a castle? Well, that's exactly what you can get in Scotland for $1 million, and that's actually pretty cheap seeing that there are 40 bedrooms in the castle. The Scottish castle costs less than a one-bedroom apartment in London. The castle is said to be called the Castle of Spite. It was built in 1905. But why is it called the Castle of Spite? Well, that's because the Duchess of Sutherland was not listed in the will of a husband. This was a very spiteful thing to do, and it turned into a very long historical legal battle. She did end up getting the castle, but fast forward to right now, you can buy the castle for $1 million. Another thing you can buy for $1 million in Scotland is one of Scotland's most famous products. That is, a bottle of whiskey, but not just any old bottle of Jack Daniels. Instead, this is the traditional Scottish whiskey made 60 years ago. It's called the Macallan 60-year-old 1926, and only 12 bottles of this whiskey are known to exist in the world. Belize. Next up, we have Belize. So what exactly can you get in the tiny country of Belize for $1 million? Well, you can almost buy your own country. If you don't get what I'm saying is, you can actually buy a private island which is connected to the country for $1 million. That's right, this private island is under the jurisdiction of Belize. But if you have $1 million handy, you can buy the item for yourself and create your own paradise. It's pretty awesome to spend $1 million on, and also crazy luxurious. But if you guys are in the mood for privacy and luxury, then we highly suggest buying this private island. Somalia. Somalia is a poor African country, and that means you can buy a whole lot for $1 million. In Somalia, instead of buying just one luxury home, you can actually get 10 luxury homes for $1 million. The average cost of a luxury home in Somalia is $100,000, so you can actually buy 10 of them for $1 million. That's right, you can buy an entire street of luxury homes for $1 million in Somalia. Another thing you can do in Somalia for $1 million is buy a farm. $1 million will get you up to 50,000 goats in Somalia. So if you feel like life is getting a little too complicated, then move down to Somalia, buy some goats, and make your own farms. Just make sure you have $1 million handy first. So where do you want to spend your $1 million? Let us know in the comments section below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.